Do not forget to like and subscribe. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Notando and I make videos on construction, lifestyle and travel. On today's video we have a book review. There we go. We have a book review. Born a Crime, a worldwide bestseller. Born a Crime and Other Stories. Let's get right on into the video. I have a feeling that a lot of people have actually read this book. If you haven't, why? Anyway, this book is funny. It is heartwarming. It is inspiring. It pulls at your heartstrings. It is all those things in one. Like, oh, it's great. Also, when you're reading it, you can literally hear Trevor Noahs' voice throughout it. Like, it feels like you're at his stand-up show and you're just learning about his life. I really enjoyed it. It has this darkish humor where he kind of takes a story that should be very, very sad or depressing, or like, I get it because I'm like that. Like, I make jokes in situations that normally should not be like funny, so I kind of get that side of it where something really tragic happens, but then the way he tells the story, you can still laugh but also feel the seriousness of that situation. So that's really cool. I like that. It's a thick book. It's got about 300 and something pages. 339 pages. It has 3 parts and 18 chapters, and the chapters are pretty much like longish because he's a storyteller, so he kind of breaks down every aspect of it, whatever story that he's sharing. So yeah, he will describe everything to you, describe the feeling, describe the room. You literally have like a visual representation. I feel like that's why the chapters are a bit long, because he breaks down everything into details. But I like that. I liked the stories. The stories are captivating. The chapters are separate stories of different parts of his life. When I first started reading the book, what was very insightful for me was like the history of South Africa, like how South Africa was during apartheid. I mean, I don't want to reveal my age, but we grew up post apartheid era, so we read the history here and there. We hear about how life was then, but this book, he kind of delves into it. What stood out for me, the title Born a Crime, is literally self-explanatory. He was born in crime because back then, which I know, white people and black people were not allowed to intermingle, let alone like share bathrooms or whatever. So like just seeing the law stated out here, you're just like, it's surreal. You're just like, yo, this was a world that actually existed, and it's not even that long ago. So there was like the Immorality Act number 5 of 1927. Any European male who has illicit carnal intercourse with a native female, and any native male who has illicit carnal intercourse with the European female shall be guilty of an offence and liable on conviction to imprisonment for a period of not exceeding 5 years. This was part of the law. Like, you went to jail. It's just like, it's mind-blowing. Like, I know it, and you know that it happened, but just like reading this act was just like, whoa, hectic. Makes you think. My most favorite part of the book is, I was gonna read it for you, but I went through it again and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is actually very, very long. So let me just summarize it for you. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the book. He was a child. I think he was 4 or 5 years old, and they had a toilet outside of his house, which was pretty much a hole. And it was raining, and he was just like, he is not feeling like going outside. It was raining and he was just like not about to go outside. Also, he had a fear that he's gonna fall into the toilet, and there's flies there, and he had a fear that flies will fly up into his bum and stuff. So that one afternoon, he thought he was home alone. He then went to the living area, took a newspaper, opened it up, squatted on it, and was getting into the zone of, releasing. And then I think great-grandmother, who was actually blind, was in the room, and he was startled obviously, but he's already like midway through it. So he decides to poop anyway in front of the grandmother, who does not really see it, but he does it like quietly, slowly, and then eventually he like packs up this little newspaper and poop and puts it in the bin, and then runs to bed. And when my grandmother and mom come home, she's like, there was something in here, but she's blind, so she didn't see. There was something in here, and there was a funny smell. So now they look for it, and they find the poop in the bin, and they he doesn't say anything. They think there was a demon. They call a whole ceremony. I think they end up even burning the poop. It was just so horrible. But it was so funny that I laughed out loud reading that part. It was so funny. You should read it. Like the way he just explains it and like tells the story, it was hilarious. That kept me reading the book, to be honest with you. It was really, really funny. Lastly, I've actually heard him in a lot of interviews talk about how the book wasn't intended to come off the way it did, but the book does come off as like a story about his mom and how cool the mom was and how badass she was, and you get that sense in here. You're just like, oh my gosh, I want to meet this mom. Like, yeah, his story is just, yeah, like, it's sad, it's funny, it's inspiring, and he's just like, it's a great story. It's a great book. Highly recommended. I feel like a lot of people have already read it, and I do sort of feel like I am cheating because I read this book last year, but it's a book I read and it counts. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it insightful and you will go out and get this book and read it. I think even if you don't have time to read, because I feel like that's the thing about these days, you can always get the audiobook, because he actually did the audiobook himself, so it would kind of feel like stand-up comedy of some sorts, or like just him telling the story. So I would recommend some audiobooks if you are too busy to actually just chill, sit down and read. You can always be listening, whether you're driving or when you're home cleaning or when you are about to go to bed or whatever. So yeah, I do recommend getting an audiobook. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that we can grow together and read together. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you later in another video. Mwah.